A jolt and then you'll die.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Exquisite back with a brand new video for you today. In today's video, we're going to be going over the new update for Kingdom of Heroes, the January dev notes. So let's take a look. As you can see, I got the Ingwe costume. Looks pretty great. I haven't used him yet. I heard his animations look really cool. His S1 throws out like 2 dragons and just cool animations in general. I haven't used him yet though. So far, Fafnir and Blail and Agalos are running really good. Like, I'm loving the drop rates. I mean, obviously the 6-star drop rates, but I mean, instead of like getting a 5-star legendary rune or a purple legendary rune or purple rune 5-star, you're getting just 6 stars, and it's so nice. There's not a mixed pool of 5 stars anymore, and it's just really good. Oh, oops. So let's get into, so they added the teams. As you can see, wait, they didn't save any of my teams. Oh, I was supposed to save these. So let's put together my Fafnir team for that I'm running right now. So I'm running Merlin, Jack, let's see, Nocturne obviously, and Prey. So that's my, so save settings this time. That's my Fafnir team. Let's go into Agalos. Agalos, I just did one run to see what I could get in time wise. Actually, let's actually see what my, I forgot what my, so I was using Merlin. So I kind of want to switch it up a little bit, find a better water DPS, but Merlin is just really good because of her leader skill, and she does a lot of damage. So Merlin, Esp, Jack, and Nocturne. So let's save those settings. Blail, I'm using these right now. Esperanza is really good here just because of her mobility. Where your units start off, it's so, like, the enemy units are so far away, so you need that mobility if you want a fast run time. So I'm using Esperanza, then Apophis. Depending on where Apophis is, he moves next. Well, I mean, he moves next in speed wise, but depending where he is, depends on how he defense breaks or uses his S1 or S2 skill. So it's a little iffy on that part, but his defense break is really needed. Jack, I'm not sure if she's actually needed because I would rather an AoE. Maybe like Prey instead of Jack, or I was thinking Biaco, because Biaco, his hidden strength is actually really good, and this is how I have him built now. I need a lot more crit rate on him if I want his, I think, yeah, his passive to get better. So his passive, I don't know if it's with his hidden strength. I think it is with his hidden strength and PvP cleave. So all these settings are saved now, right? Yeah. So let's go to Biaco actually and look at his hidden strength. He might be actually really good in the new Blail, but this is where, so can stack, oh no, so that's what it is. So it stacks up to 15 times, or 15%, or stacks up 4 times 15% each time, so that's a total of 60% extra damage, attack damage that he's doing. And with his hidden strength, he gets stacks up to 5 times 20% each time, so that's 100% more damage, and just looks like he'd be a beast in most content. PvP, he's gonna cut in with the Lock and Esperanza combo, I would assume. I don't have him skilled up at all. I want to skill him up just because I want him on probably a defense team, like defense bruiser, like attack team, but for defense arena, and just test him out. But this is actually really good as well. If the target's HP is above 50%, you inflict additional damage for each active buff on you. Additionally, successful hits recover 70% of damage inflicted as HP. So 70% of damage inflicted as HP. That's a lot. So you're pretty much full health after that. You're back to full health after using this skill. I think this is the third skill. Swings your sword to attack a target enemy. Successful hits have a 40% chance to increase your attack for 2 turns. Successful crit hits reduce the cooldown of White Tiger Flash by 1 turn. That's why I wanted the more crit rate, because the more you're decreasing that, decreasing your attack with crit, the more times you're going to be able to do your White Tiger Flash, which is healing you as well. And his S1 attacks enemies within a target area with a blade with increased accuracy by 20%. I don't know why he needs increased accuracy. Every successful hit has an 85... Oh, for stealing buffs. Every successful hit has an 85% chance to steal 2 buffs and reduce the action gauge of enemies hit by 30%. So this skill doesn't even need accuracy, really. With a successful hit, 85% of the time, stealing 2 buffs doesn't really need that accuracy built into it at all. That action gauge of the enemy hit by 30% is also good, and duration of stolen buffs are increased by 1 turn. So him stealing the buffs is actually really good as well. I think... Oh, I guess someone said Vulcan could actually solo Fafnir. But Biaco just seems like a really good unit. I have him built on Swift. I think it was Swift Havoc. Might change him up. I need to get better runes. I've been farming Fafnir. Let's see what I have so far. Rune Dungeon. I think this is all. Oh no. So I'm about maxed out already, and look at this, new legendaries, new purples, new legendaries right there, new legendaries, just the drop rate is so much better. Let's go over the other actually hidden strengths. Here's the tab and the hidden strength. Freed, underwhelming, really underwhelming. Her AI is still kind of crappy. Recovers, instead of 14%, recovers 18% of her action gauge. Right here, skill attack increased, still the same. Right here, if Freed doesn't have any buffs prior to using this skill, she recovers 20% of her action gauge. And this one, I think it's just a skill attack increased. And I think crit hit cooldown. Yeah, it's just a skill attack increase. So not big changes on. She's underwhelming. Who else got it? I think it was Gunther. Gunther actually might be a good PvP offense unit, just because of the counterattack reduces the glancing rate of hit enemies and has a 45% counterattack now. So just 1 rune of on revenge set, and he'll be revenging quite often. I think revenge is 20%, so that'll be up to 65%. So it's more than half the time he's going to be revenge proccing glancing hit, which glancing hit increases the enemy's glancing rate by 50%. Glancing hit inflict 30% less damage plus extra reductions when the enemy's element is at a disadvantage against your element. So good offense unit for those lock Esperanza teams. For this one, additionally, increases defense of you and surrounding allies by 3 turns. Additionally, if their HP is below 70%, you grant them with a shield of 15% of max HP, 1 turn. If Gunther has an active defense buff at the start of the turn, he gets increased crit rate, and this skill's damage is increased when you have greater defense. So that wasn't off defense before. And gains provokes for 45%, and successful crit hits grant you with continuous recovery. So he actually might be good for offense. maybe even, or I mean for defense, maybe even for offense as well. Freya is really underwhelming. Got a 4% increase to her lead skill. Does block or heal block now. Also, what else does she do? Oh, does 10% additional damage to walking units. This one, instead of 1 turn mobility, the team gets 2 turns mobility now on her crit hits. And this one, which one was this one? I think this is another 10% additional. Oh, this one is a 10% additional, and then when you get up to the third one, this one is the HP block or heal block. Who else? Gawain I actually haven't looked at. Let's look at him. Gawain's base accuracy is increased by 20%. If the enemy hit by Gawain was sleeping, he puts the awakened enemy back to sleep. Oh wow. Fires arrows that shower down like the sun rays, hitting enemies within a target area. Successful hits increase your speed for 1 turn. If the target has an active debuff, you recover your action gauge by 8%. Successful crit hits inflict continuous damage on enemies hit for 3 turns. So 3 turn continuous damage. If this is worded different and did something different, I'd say how he increases at 8% is really nothing. That's not a lot. I mean, you could see as Ifrit, she does 8%, increases the whole team's action gauge reduction or action gauge by 8%, and it doesn't really move a lot. So if he increases the action gauge for every debuff whenever he used this skill, that would be good, because then he could turn cycle himself, and that would just make him a lot better. But I'd have to test him, build him, and see how he actually plays out. Fires a arrow covered in sleep poison at the target enemy. Successful hits have 50% chance to put the target to sleep for 2 turns and reduce their defense for 2 turns. Pretty nice. So a lot of CC and also defense breaks. Fires arrows that shower down like the sun's rays, hitting enemies within target areas. Successful hits increase your speed for 1 turn. Successful hits crit hits do continuous damage. So that's Gawain for you. So they actually fixed Merlin with her accuracy as well. I don't know which one was the accuracy. I think they removed all the accuracy on him. Alrighty, so the next thing is the events. They're doing the bingo events and the reclaim fairy. I've already 6-starred because I 6-starred Biaco and I 6-starred Lucifer, and I already achieved max level for 2 of them. So that's that. Get yourself a free skill fairy as well. So let's get into my teams for the rune dungeons. I haven't done the awakening dungeons 12th floors yet. I don't really run awakening dungeons that much because everything is awakened that I have. So this is a team. Let's just put it on auto battle and see what they do exactly. Let's start this and let's see what they got. So the good thing about this is my old team for Fafnir. They on the 11th floor they were running at 16 seconds. That's how low I got it to. And I skilled up Prey, as you can see now. She does the huge AoE for her S2. But the continuous damage obviously is still really good on the bosses. Merlin for her leader skill. Biaco for the big damages. I need to fix up Biaco with her rune. Biaco honestly really needs 100% crit rate. Just for her to do that damage when the debuffs are on there, and if those debuffs are there and doesn't like proc crit, then she does really not a lot of damage. So that's my team for them. Let's see what else would work. I was testing, as you can see, 24.44. I haven't seen anybody with a faster time yet. We could go, let's check Spectre. I mean, I don't think he has a fast team. 25. So actually his team is pretty fast. Bandit, let's see. Rune Dungeon. So a lot of people are above the 1 minute time now. Mantis, he had a fast time prior to this update. Let's see. He's down at 43 seconds now. So pretty slow. The times have gotten a lot slower than they were before. Another team that you could use for Fafnir is I think instead of Prey, just because you could have a type advantage, you could use, if you tune Ifrit in the right order and have everybody fast, and then her move, she's still fast but moved last, you could potentially get her to have, or get everybody to have another turn after that. So I want to play around with her. Morgan would be pretty good just because she does her S3 defense break and continuous damage. Sleep, I mean, you could just get extra damage on that. And her S1 just cycles. She'd be pretty good. Who else? Ifrit would be pretty good. Suzuku, I don't think. I mean, he does continue. Oh, I guess he does do defense break. He'd be pretty good for his S2, depending on, I mean, if you could build him. Who else would be good? Let's see. Obviously, Nocturne's really good in here. I want to change. I'm working on getting Vanguard runes for my Apophis. And then I'm going to change Merlin out for Apophis and see how that does. Also, I want to change out Prey. I was looking into some fire units that do defense breaks. And Sienna actually does defense break. And it's always the type advantage, even though she's already fire against Fafnir is Tree. If the target has a defense buff, this attack reduces defense of all enemies for 1 turn. I think this one, yeah. Blast powerful magic energy at the target enemy with increased crit damage by 30%. Successful hits expose the target's weakness, reducing the target's defense for 3 turns. This is on 3-turn cooldown. Also 44% increased crit rate, and mine's fully skilled just from randomly pulling. She doesn't need a lot of investment to get started, because if you skill her up all the way, she gets 44% extra crit rate. I'm at 54% extra. Base speed is alright. It's at 107. Might be good on a speed set, or even like a Vanguard, secondary Vanguard set. You could have Apophis, then her both on Vanguard. That would be plus 30% extra attack on top of, what does Apophis do? Apophis is, I think, 36. So 66% more attack. And you're just using accuracy on her and maybe some damage on 6 and 2. But you're pretty much using accuracy so you can land these debuffs, the reduced defense, and then boom. Who else would be good? What do you do? Wouldn't be that great. Nothing added, like adds team synergy. I think heal block. I think just Sienna is, in my opinion, really good for this one. I would want to switch. I need to 6-star her and put some runes on her, and then do some testing, see where I can get with her. I still think the best team is always going to be Apophis, Nocturne, Titanos, and Jack. That's just going to be the best team in general for Fafnir. Let's move on to Sealed Armory. Sealed Armory, I'm running Merlin, Jack, Esp, and Nocturne. With this team, I would still say the safe team would be Hild or Valkyrie as the leader. Hild does the attack, but he doesn't really have a lot of damage. I mean, you can make him do a lot of damage, but doesn't do as much damage. And Valkyrie just seems safer, and it speeds up your whole team. Where is Valkyrie? Valkyrie, oh, okay, she's right here. Valkyrie, 28% to water attribute speed increase. She does dots on crits and does dots on if the enemy already has a debuff. So I have her over 100 crit. Probably tone it down a little bit. Add more defense and attack on her, and then I'd be set in a good spot with her. So either them two as lead. Media is really good as well. Put her in with Esperanza and Freed, and that's a solid team. I've done a video on that in the past too, but that's a solid team right there. That's a safe team. Just rune them really fair, I guess, and that's just a solid team. So let's go through my team that I'm running on him, and see where we get. So Esperanza is gonna do Esperanza things. Merlin moves, then Jack. Merlin's just really good with her AoE and leader skill. So depending on so right there, it's just depending on where the units line up at first. Usually Esperanza just solos this whole thing. The rest of the units are there just to support or do their damage as well. So we're not actually doing great on this run. I need Nocturne to do Nocturne things, and there we go, doing Nocturne things. I still think, yeah, Esperanza I think is still gonna solo this. Okay, so continuous damage, I mean, as you can see, does a lot of damage if your units move and do continuous damage, because Nocturnes doesn't like to do the things you want him to do. So that's my team. My best time was just barely sub 1 minute, so 54 seconds. But like I said, Hild or Valkyrie as leader, Esperanza, Media, and Freed, and that's a solid team, and I think it hardly ever loses. I mean, there's no 100% team out there. Every once in a while it's going to lose. My Fafnir team loses not often, but it will lose. It does lose. Abyss Prison, let's go over Abyss Prison now. So I did everything. I was still testing, but Mary might actually be a really good pick. But now I haven't tried with Prey in there. So let's try this. Apophis, Nocturne, Esperanza, and Prey. Pretty much with Blail, since all the ads, his minions do shared damage with the boss. AoE is really big and really good with against them. So far so good. Does a lot of damage, 5900 on a defense break. So defense break. Oh yeah, and if you clear fast enough with the good turn cycle on that first stage, it reduces all your cooldowns for the next stage. So that's really nice. So as you can tell, Nocturnes do Nocturne things, and going against the clones does really good. Does a lot of damage. There might be a better way to do this, just going after the clones, but I'm not sure. I haven't ran it enough to actually know. But I mean, this team isn't 100% either. I would say this team is 80%. Let's take out Prey. So let's take out Prey and let's try Biaco. I mean, he's not really good and not skilled up, but let's try him. Esperanza's gonna move first. They need to stop talking in Discord. Just kidding. That's the sucky thing about filming or recording on like your phone, is notifications, and sometimes on some apps the notifications still come through if you put it on dark mode. So he did really good damage on that last skill. Let's see. Got increased crit rate, block buffs. Okay. Okay. See, Jack might actually be good in here, but it depends. Oh, and then they also do increases damage received. Oh, jeez. So Biaco actually isn't that bad. Sorry. Cut those out. But yeah, Biaco isn't that bad. Let's see if he could solo the rest. Probably not. This team isn't as good as the last one. Actually, I'm gonna have to freaking... Yep, failed that one. Biaco actually might be really good. So Biaco might actually not be that bad. I just need better runes on him and probably a little bit more tanky. Not that tanky at the moment. Fast, not tanky at all. But I'm gonna stick with the Prey, or actually let's try Mary in there. Esperanza I think is a need in there, and just because her mobility buff to the whole team is really nice. So far, so good. Oh, Nocturne's actually taking a lot of damage. Reset skills with Mary. Oh, reduce action gauge might actually be really... Whoa, I'm keeping him at bay with reduce... Oh, he just jumped forward, but that was actually really cool. So let's do... Yep. Need him to... Okay, so he's fully debuffed. He only moved once? Maybe? Oh! So Mary's actually a really good touch to this team. Mary actually is really nice. Still, I've done better time, but Mary's actually not bad in this situation either. I guess we could take a look at Ingwe. Yeah, let's take a look at Ingwe's new skin. Beowulf's skin looks awesome as well. Oh yeah, he's a huge character. Ingwe has yet to... Whoa. His S2 is insane. That thing was huge. Oh, okay, that was pretty cool. Huh. Still going at it. You can stun the ads as well, if you didn't know. But, I mean, not a lot of point in stunning them. Well, let's see if Ingwe solos the rest of this, because the rest of my team is dead. That's huge. His freaking S2 is huge. Well, this is gonna take forever, and I don't want to make the video that long. But his character model is small in the picture, but character actually in playing him is huge. But that's gonna be the end of the video for you guys today. Hopefully, I've suggested some team comps that are better or that you could use. pretty much if you want to make, you can make a whole advantage element team, just because they're all one element now. Agalos is fire, Fafnir is tree now, and Blail is water. So hopefully that helped you guys today. If you enjoyed or also let me cut in. Also, with that hero spotlights, now that we're having 6-star runes, I wanted to wait because as soon as I released that last video saying I was going to release some videos of hero spotlights, they decided to finally release the release date for it, which was last night of the 27th. So that happened, and I was just like, I'm just going to wait for the runes to come out so I could start farming runes and actually building these characters up, so I could do proper like guides or like how to build and like the potential of these characters. So now that we have these, it might take me a while. I thought the update was going to take a lot longer to come out, and it ended up coming out this week. I swear, after I make videos, the Neowiz just looks at them and just does everything, because I don't know. I don't want to comment anymore on that. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this content today. Make sure to turn on that bell notification, so you get notifications whenever I post. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. See ya.